Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. Today I'm taking you guys through my New Year's reset Notion page. So this is everything that I do to reset my life in the new year. And if you guys want me to make this If you guys want me to make this template public so that you can duplicate it into your Notion and use it and change it up how you want, just let me know in the comment section below if you guys care about that. If not, here's just some inspiration for every step that I take to reset and get my life together for the new year. My mom got me these cute clear mugs from Amazon. I will link them below. I'm drinking bone broth because I'm trying to heal my gut in the new year because I did 2 rounds of antibiotics in December. Ugh. This is just gonna be a sit-down chatty video of me telling you guys all of the steps and all of the different phases and things that I do to reset for the new year. And then my next video, which you will see after this, is going to be my first vlog of me doing this stuff. I was gonna just compile it all into one vlog, but I was like, nah. So all of January, you can expect getting your shit together content, and I'm so excited. So let's jump into my little Notion page. I made this a little schedule so that you could do it in a full week, or you can take all of January to do it at your own pace. It depends on how much you're gonna do of this. I'm actually gonna do it in like 2 weeks throughout the month. There are 3 main parts to the reset, and the first one is resetting your environment, the second is resetting your productivity, and the third is planning for the year. And then if we break it down into the days, you start with day 1, Sunday, decluttering your environment. Monday, day 2, cleaning and organizing your space. Tuesday, day 3, creating a productivity system or rehauling your current productivity system. Wednesday, day 4, reflecting on last year and planning for the new year. Thursday, day 5, creating your routines and priorities. So what you planned that you wanted your life to be like the day before, now you're gonna create those routines, those systems, and those habits on this next day. And then on the final day, Friday, is life admin. So basically just getting all of these looming tasks done. And I have a little section called miscellaneous planning, and that's really what this is. Or just getting things off of your to-do list that really need to be taken care of before you go into the new year. Those are the days that you can break this up into if you wanna get your life together in a week. But if you wanna take your time with this, by all means, go ahead. Now let's get into the actual sections and all the details of the reset. First off, with resetting the environment, like I said, day 1 is gonna be decluttering. So with decluttering, there's physical and there is digital. With physical decluttering, you're gonna declutter everything in your environment. Whether that's a house, an apartment, a bedroom, you're gonna declutter the entire environment. You're gonna go through, take inventory of what you have. If it doesn't serve you, if you don't need it, if you have duplicates of things that you know you're not gonna need, it's time to say goodbye. Only have the things in your space that genuinely bring you joy, are a necessity for you. Don't hold on to things. A cluttered environment makes your mind cluttered, and I feel reckless and chaotic when I have too many things. So going through everything and getting rid of things that I really don't need and I'm just holding on to for whatever reason makes me feel fresh and new. Decluttering always makes you feel fresh and new because you're releasing things that no longer serve you. To keep things efficient and quick, I like to declutter without organizing because it's just trying to get the decluttering part done, because sometimes there's things in one section of your house and there's things in another section that belong together. So I'm not gonna waste time organizing that and figuring that out on this decluttering day. So it's strictly just decluttering it, putting it back in its spot, then you can organize it on the next day. Then for digital decluttering, which can also take a while, so you can do this over the span of the week, whatever works for you. Any electronics that you have, declutter them. But for me, it's my phone and my computers and all of my internet stuff. So for the phone, you want to declutter and organize your apps, maybe give it a new look, refresh things, make it feel fresh and new background, but get rid of apps you don't use and organize them in a more efficient way for you. And then the next thing for phone decluttering is unfollowing people on social media. For the new year, I like to go through all of my subscriptions on YouTube, on Instagram, anywhere that I use social media, and just go through every single person and think, do I actually enjoy their content? Do I engage with it? Is it benefiting me? Am I envious of them and I'm hate following them? Reminder that you don't owe anyone a follow. So if there are people that you've met in your life that maybe you're not super close with, you met them one time on vacation and you're still mutuals, it's okay to unfollow them. I have tons of those people on my Instagram and it's like, you live in Brazil. Am I ever gonna see you again? Probably not. Social media can be toxic, but it also can be really beneficial. And I like to follow people on social media that I really like their aesthetic, their style, and it's ways that I can emulate it in my own life or learn something from them. I get inspo from them. The internet is a great place to get creative inspiration. I wanna make sure that I'm following people that I genuinely love their content. And if anyone makes me unhappy at all on social media, you're gone. If anyone ever reaches out to you and says, hey, why'd you unfollow me? That's lame. The next thing to declutter on your phone is your camera roll, and this can take ages. So I recommend doing this throughout the entire month. Just when you're watching TV or you're doing something passive, just go through your camera roll and just clean it out. I always make it a habit to clean my camera roll because it can get chunky. The last two things for your phone are just your reminders and your notes. So if you have an iPhone, you have the reminders app, clear out the old ones that you've done, and then also your notes. So if you have just a bunch of random notes in your phone, delete the ones you don't need, and then when we create our productivity system, the ones that you do need, you can file those away where you need them to be, but go through and declutter what you don't need in there. The next thing to declutter is your computer, and the first things are your desktop and your downloads folder. So those are the things that get messiest fastest. So go through, clean those out, put things where they need to go. Next, you want to declutter your computer apps. So we decluttered the desktop and downloads folder. Now we want to declutter all of the files on our computer. So all of the little folders and categories that you have, go in, declutter those. Another thing that I like to declutter on my computer is actually on my internet browser, and that is my bookmarks and my toolbar. So at the top, you have a bunch of things that you've saved. I like to categorize those into folders, go through, see what I don't use anymore. The rest is all internet stuff on your computer. So the next three have to do with your email. The first thing you want to do with decluttering your email is unsubscribe from any unnecessary emails. There are so many subscriptions. This is the time to unsubscribe from all of them. I'm sure there are also websites where you can mass do this. You can see where your email is put in. I think there's one called unroll.me, and that's where you can see all of the places that your email is on a subscription list. Get rid of them right there. It's so much easier. Then once you've done that, you want to go into your email inbox and organize the little labels. So if you do save anything in your email, like receipts or contracts from brand deals, if you do YouTube or any of your work, you can make different labels and go through and clean those or create those. And then when you're organizing your email inbox, you can put things in their respective labels. So then the next email thing to declutter is your inbox. And this is a big boy, okay? I had 2,000 in my email, got it down to 33 in the main inbox, and then put the things that I needed in their little labels. But you want to just go through that email. It's going to take some time. Again, watch TV while you're doing this, start a new show. You feel brand new when you do it. You have to do it. Next, for decluttering social media, you might not do this, but if you do have YouTube playlists, declutter those. I always save videos that I either want to rewatch, they're informational. I'll save them into a YouTube playlist, and I've created so many different categories of YouTube playlists. So what I like to do is go through all those playlists, consolidate some that need to be consolidated, delete videos that no longer serve me, I don't really want to watch anymore, I've gotten the information from them. Just clear out and declutter your YouTube playlists. If you don't do that, skip this step. Another thing to declutter on social media are your Pinterest boards. This, again, can take some time. Go through, declutter the photos within each Pinterest board, consolidate if you need to, make new boards, organize it. And then last for digitally decluttering is your music playlists. So whether you use Spotify or Apple, those are the only two I know, but whatever you use, go through your music playlists, declutter them, create new playlists, consolidate. Again, you know the drill. But that is everything for digitally decluttering. And then when you're done with all of that, back up your devices, because I know you don't, and I never do. Once you have a fresh, clean slate on all of your devices, back them up. The next part in resetting your environment is deep cleaning your entire space now that it's fresh and decluttered, and then organizing. For the deep cleaning, I have a giant checklist of all the things that I do once a year that I really never do, like clean my baseboards. I know that's embarrassing, but I do it once a year. So I have a giant checklist of all these things to just make sure my space is fresh and clean and hit the spots that I have not hit in a while. Okay. And then lastly is the organizing. So now that you've decluttered everything, you want everything that's in your space, it's perfectly clean. Now you can go in and say, okay, I'm gonna put all of this in this spot, buy the necessary bins and stuff if you have the money to do it, and just go to town on organizing your space. And there's so many videos on YouTube of like kitchen organization, organizing in a small space. Go buck wild here. The second section of the New Year's reset is resetting your productivity system. So if you already have a productivity system, going in and resetting that, or creating a whole new productivity system, which I love. The first thing is to create a productivity hub. So this is basically creating a system to organize your to-dos, your projects, your lists, your reference items, your goals, all of that stuff. I use Notion. So going back a step, you're going to need something to capture information. For me, I just use my Notes app on my phone and computer because with Apple, it goes everywhere. But I just keep a few lists pinned at the top, and then I can put that information wherever else I need it. So I capture it in the Notes app, and then later during my weekly reset, I'll put it in its respective place. One list that I recommend is a brain dump to-do list. So instead of going into your master to-do list on Notion or wherever you have it, you're just gonna quickly put any to-dos that you have in your mind in your little brain dump to-do list. And I keep this on my Notes app because Again, it's just so easy. You go in notes, type in the to-do, and you can organize it later. When things are in your head, you're never gonna remember them. They clog up your brain. So it's best to, as soon as you think of a to-do, just put it on the to-do list and you don't have to remember it. You don't have to think about it. It's right there. Another list that I have within my notes app is a thought note. So any thoughts, ideas, whatever, random sayings, phrases, any little piece of information that comes into my head that I want to remember that's not a to-do, it goes in the thoughts note. Then, like I said, you're going to choose a platform to organize all of this information. So like I said, for your to-do lists, your goals, your projects, reference items. I use Notion, like I said, but Notion is just a great place because it has so many different features and there are so many videos that you can watch on how to use Notion, because it is intimidating at first if you've never used it, but it really has so many features that you can basically put your entire life in it. I only use Notion and my notes app and Google Calendar. For people that don't plan, that's probably like, ew, that's so much. It's so little compared to who I used to be. So within that platform, you can create or rehaul a master to-do list. I will dive in depth into all of this stuff when I do my videos of me doing this stuff, because I don't want to make this video a million years long. Another thing that you can do in your productivity hub is make pages for your routines and your planning rituals. If you have a weekly reset, you can write out all of the things and make a checklist of everything that you do on that weekly reset, or maybe your monthly planning ritual, like a new month reset. Create those little rituals that you live by and put them in your productivity system. And then lastly is make a page in your Notion or wherever for lists. So I have someday lists, which is like books I want to read, places I want to visit, things I want to do, just a bunch of lists. Have a place for your lists. I love lists, and there's so many lists that you can make, and it's hard to keep track of things if they're not all in one place. So now moving on to the planning for the year. So you've gotten everything reset, you have a system in order. Now it's time to actually plan how you want this year to go. The first part of planning your year is reflecting and envisioning. You're gonna answer some questions. You could do this in a journal, whatever you want to do. First, you can ask yourself, what did you dislike about last year and what do you want to change? Another thing is, what did you like about last year and what do you want to continue in your ideal lifestyle? What do you appreciate and what are you grateful for currently in your life? Next is idealizing and envisioning the year. So again, asking yourself questions. What does an ideal day in your life look like to you? What do you want to accomplish? Maybe this year or just in your life, just so you know your path. How do you want to feel and be? So create a list of your ideal self. How do you want to feel daily or often? How do you want to be as a person? Like, what is your ideal self? What does she do? What is she like? What are her traits? Or he or they. Create that ideal self. How would that person be? Next is to pick your word or phrase for the year. My mom's doing a phrase. I don't know yet because we haven't planned, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do a word. So your theme for this upcoming year. And then the last part in that section is to create your vision board. So this is really just putting everything that you want, the vibes you want, the things you want in life, the way you want to feel, things you want to accomplish on a board visually. Make it your laptop background, make it your phone background, print it out, put it on your wall, put it on your fridge, do whatever you have to do so that you see this and you get those happy feelings. And it helps with manifestation because you're getting the feelings like, hey, these are my goals. I'm getting these goals. I have these goals. It's gonna keep up the positive energy. And when you have positive energy and you know that you're gonna get what you're gonna get, manifesting works better. So create that vision board. I know everyone does it. You should do it too. We all do it because it's great. I love it. A way that you can make a vision board is on Canva, which is free to use. I use Canva. I have the premium version because I use it for work, but Canva's great. You take pictures from Pinterest, put them on Canva. You can add text, you can add your phrase, you can add words, affirmations on there. Oh, I can't wait till we make our vision board together. It's gonna be great. The next part is planning on how you will take action and set these visualizations in motion. You wanna plan a goal for every category in your life, or if you're doing great in one category, you don't need a new goal for it. You're fine. Stick to the goals in areas that you want to level up. So the categories that I have deemed for life are your health, your home and environment, your hobbies, personal growth, relationships, and your career and finance. So then you can have 1 to 2 weekly actions per goal, or another way to do this without overwhelming yourself is to set a goal for each month or each quarter of the year so that you can put your full focus in one thing, and then by the end of the year, you didn't drop your goals mid-March. You took 1 goal per month or 1 goal per quarter, and you actually achieved more than if you just set out to do them all at the beginning of the year, which we all get overwhelmed. Why would we set a million goals at the beginning of the year? You can't give 100% to a goal if you're working on so many other things at one time. A way that you can actually make your goals happen and not just be goals is to create systems and then a complete action plan for each of these tangible goals that you set out to achieve. You have your goal and it's broken down into actionable steps like habits so that you can easily implement these into your daily and weekly life so that you can actually make progress towards these goals that you set out. Next is planning your quarterly and monthly timelines. So your quarterly projects and goals or your monthly, and then those weekly actionable tasks to make that progress. Another thing to plan are your quarterly and your monthly to-dos. So for me, every quarter I want to book a studio for work. So I'm gonna put that on there, or I need to get my hair colored. Hey, you're gonna pee on my bed and I don't like it. No. And then monthly to-dos, so things you want to do every month. I don't have an example of that because I haven't planned that yet. And then creating your habits, which goes down into the next part, priorities, routines, and habits. Hi. What's up? She's gonna scratch me. The first thing is to create your weekly priorities. So these are things that need to get checked off every single week. These are the things that you need to get by. You need to get these done in a week to make sure that you're good, you are okay, you're staying sane. Work, personal, school, other things, but your weekly priorities, all the things that you need to get done in a week. And it's great to see it all visualized. So you're like, okay, my life is either really busy or I have a good balance of things. It's good to see it all in one place. Then create your daily priorities. So same thing. So for me, I have a whole list in my notes, which is my morning routine, my to-dos for the day, and then my night routine. And those are considered all of my daily priorities. And then, like I said, create your morning routine and your night routine. I like to have this written down because it's easy to check it off. So you want to create something that works for you. And if something doesn't work, swap it out, trial and error. This could be the year of you trying a bunch of different things in your morning routine, and then you don't figure it out until November. Who cares? At least you're trying, and that way you're prepped and you know what morning routine works for you. It's all about trial and error. Same with the night routine. For the night routine, you're creating things that are going to help you so that tomorrow is easier. You could just roll into tomorrow, and then also things that are going to help you get better sleep, because sleep, stupid important. I have had bad sleep for so long. You got to really take charge of that shit. And the whole sleep when you're dead, shut up. You need sleep, okay? 7 hours. Just don't pretend you're cooler than 7 hours of sleep, okay? Another routine to create is your weekly reset. I would not be the person that I am without my weekly reset. In my weekly reset, it's everything that I do to get ready for the week. So cleaning, meal prepping, planning for the week. It does not have to be super strenuous and super time consuming. You could do this for half of the day on Sunday. You could do it for all of the day on Sunday. And you just want to write out all the things that you need to get done on a Sunday, a Saturday, whenever you want to do your weekly reset, so that you can go into the week not feeling flustered. It makes life so much easier. If I haven't done my weekly reset, I can't be a person. I can't. Things just can't happen. You gotta have a weekly reset, or maybe you don't, but I suggest that you do because it's game changing. Another routine to plan for the new year is a workout routine. So if you have not been working out, you really wanna get into it, you need a plan, because if you don't have a plan, fail to plan, plan to fail. Favorite quote ever. If you don't have a workout plan, you're just gonna be doing random workouts. You don't really know your goals. Like, what do you wanna do? Do you wanna tone your muscles? Do you wanna grow your muscles? Do you wanna lose weight? Do you just wanna keep up cardio, your heart health? What are your fitness goals? And then create a plan based on that. You just create a routine that is best for your fitness goals and pick the days that you're gonna do it. If you don't work out at all now, don't aim for 5 days a week. Don't do that. That's never, I mean, it might happen. Set yourself up with small wins, with small goals that you know you can accomplish, because then it just emboldens you and you gain more confidence to keep going, to keep pushing on and leveling up. Working out is so different for everybody. Find out your fitness goals and then make a plan based on that. We'll talk about my workout routine when I do the video, because I have one and I love it and I don't need to change it. That's the first time I've ever gone into the new year with an already really healthy habit and I'm just sticking to it. Same with the morning routine. I'm doing better. Love that. Okay, the last thing to plan for priorities and routines and habits is create your reading list for the new year. And this is for nonfiction or personal growth books. So when it comes to fiction, I read whatever I want. If I'm feeling a romance, I'm feeling a romance and I want it that day. But nonfiction, it's a bit harder to just be like, oh my God, I want to pick up this book. I need a plan. So you want to create a reading list that's realistic for you of books that you know are going to target the specific areas in your life that you need help with. For example, my reading goal is to read one nonfiction book a month because I want to read about 10 pages before bed. You don't need to pick the book that you want to read for the specific month. That might be too rigid, but just picking the 12 books that you want to read that are nonfiction that are going to help you think best, put that in your list and then you can check it off. Again, you can keep it in Notion, you can keep it in your notes app. I love planning. It also just motivates you to have a reading list like that because you just feel like, oh my God, I'm going to be such a great person. Look at all these books that I'm choosing to read. And then stick to that. Fiction is more loosey-goosey what I'm feeling, but if I want to actually be disciplined with the nonfiction, it's better to create a list. For that last day, and that is life admin, ticking off the tasks that you need to do. I have stuff that's in my miscellaneous planning that I do on this day. So the first thing is to make your yearly health appointments. So the dentist, the gyno, maybe a health wellness check if you don't go to the doctors during the year and you just need to go for a little checkup, a little physical. You don't have to think about making those appointments throughout the year and put them on your to-do list because they're already done. First week of January, they're done. You have them in your calendar. You don't have to fret. Another thing that I like to do that is specific to my job is to set up my content for the year, a monthly video. So like, let's say I want to do a What I Eat in a Week. I plan to do that once a month for the 12 months of the year. The themes that I want to have, so for the seasonal content, so like in the summer, I want to make sure I do this certain video. I'll put it in the calendar and just kind of have a rough timeline of all the seasonal content that I want to do to make sure that I'm remembering, okay, this holiday is on this day, so I want to get the content done before then. Just stuff like that. Another little life admin task that I want to do is to set up my iPad for productivity, because I've used my iPad for school, but I just found my Apple Pen while I was decluttering. So I'm gonna be one of those girlies. I want to make my iPad one of those little productivity hubs. If you want to like do this and you're creating your productivity system, sure, but to me this is a little life admin task because it feels separate from everything else. So that's what I'm gonna do on Friday. That's really it for the miscellaneous planning. These are just any tasks that you have looming that you want to get done before the new year. I have to get my wisdom teeth out. I want to make that appointment. Just all of those things. That is everything for my New Year's reset. I will again make this a template if you guys want it, and you can change it to whatever fits your specific needs. That's everything that I do for the year to hit the reset button and just feel fresh and new, because I love a fresh start. Who doesn't love a fresh start? I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you want to do this along with me, I will be making videos of me doing all of this stuff so you can watch it in depth. If you are confused on anything or you want more information on anything that I mentioned, you can see it in those videos. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.